Soon the boys landed, they got out of the little plane and began to look for Hayley. Orion said, "Why did he take Hayley?" John looked up at a tree as he said, "I don't know, but we must find her quickly." The boys continued their search. She continued to run away from the door. She saw a bridge and thought, hopefully this does not have some kind of obstacle in it. She grabbed a rock and threw it across the bridge. It landed about in the middle of the bridge. Hayley watched for something to happen, however, nothing happened. She thought, "I better go." She jogged across the bridge. She was careful not to step on the rock. On the other side of the bridge, she saw more grass. She thought that must be where the sheep are. She saw many bushes that had gold sheep fleece in them. She thought, how much do I have to get? She looked at the sheep to see what they were doing. She thought, the sheep do not seem mean. They are just eating grass and minding their own business. I wonder if they even heard me come in. They seem so cute. I better stay back though. She began to get the golden fleece off of the bushes. She thought they said something about gold fleece being in trees. Can the sheep fly or something? And how could the sheep's fleece get stuck in the trees? She walked slowly without moving anything besides her legs. She watched the sheep for a second. Some of the sheep began to swim through the air and make it to the level of the trees. Then they would eat some of the leaves. Hayley thought they can kind of fly. I was kind of right, stop, I better get back to work before that dumbass comes back. I wonder if the fire killed him. Maybe he is in the hospital. However, if sheep can fly in this world, then he can probably heal himself at an abnormal rate. I got to get out of here in case he comes back. She began to gather up the gold fleece faster. A sheep walked up to her, and Hayley thought, oh no, they said the sheep are mean, I better be nice. Who knows what this sheep will do? Why is this sheep coming up to me anyway? And the sheep said, "Hi," and Haley awkwardly said, "No, hi," and the sheep innocently said, "Why are you taking our fleece?" Haley continued to gather fleece, as she quickly said, "This man kidnapped me and threw me in his house. That is somehow connected to this place." She let out a gasp of annoyance. She tried not to get angry as she continued, and then he pushed me and hurt me. Then I accidentally burned him with a candle. Her speech sped up as she said, "It happened so fast, he caught on fire. Well, his clothes did. Then he flew off somewhere. Then the ants helped me get here." She thought of the grain, then she said, "They helped me with the grain, they told me how to get out of there, and now I am here." The sheep got sad as she thought about how horrible Haley's situation was. Then the sheep said, "No, that is horrible. That was probably Eros who kidnapped you." Haley said, "Eros, who is he?" The sheep pointed in the direction Aphrodite lived as she said, "He is the son of Aphrodite. Whenever she hates someone, she sends him to kidnap them. Sometimes he brings them to her. Sometimes he brings them to his house." Haley thought, now I have to watch out for her too. It just keeps getting better. I gotta get out of here before that stupid man with wings comes back. Eros, was that his stupid name? And she said, "Thank you, sheep." The sheep said, "You are welcome." Soon Haley's arms were full of gold fleece. She looked around for a door to open, and she saw a table. She thought, maybe I should put this all on the table like how I left the grains on the table. She dropped all the gold and fleece on the table, then the next door opened. Haley almost ran to the door, then she stopped herself. She thought, oh, I better not run into the sheep, therefore she ran around them. And she ran out the door. Haley did not notice that the golden sheep that talked to her followed her through the door. And Haley looked down and saw the stairs that led down to where the dragons were swimming. She thought, this is scary. I wonder how the dragons will respond to me. She turned and saw the sheep she was talking to earlier. Then she said, "Sheep, what are you doing here?" The sheep said, "I have been stuck in that room my whole life. I want to go somewhere new." Haley thought that is like homeschooling. I wish I could say something about it to this sheep about how I can relate, but this sheep may not like homeschoolers. I better keep my mouth shut. It is always best to be as private as possible. Haley said, "What about your family? Won't they miss you?" The sheep said, "None of my family is alive. They haven't been for decades." Haley felt sympathy for the sheep. Then she said, "Can you live outside this place?" The sheep said, "We will find out." Haley thought, "I do not want this sweet sheep to die." Then she said, "How will I return you if you cannot live outside this place?" The sheep said, "I will swim through the air all the way back here," and Haley thought, "I got to stop wasting time." Then she began to head down the stairs.